Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Happy New Year to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are joined by our normal casters, the wonderful Harley. How are you, brother?
Hello. I'm all right. I'm good.
He wasn't actually going to join us tonight because his partner's not been very well, but at last minute he dragged himself in, didn't you, bro?
I did. He was like, I'm not doing it. And then it was like an hour before he's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, yeah, definitely doing it. And then like 10 minutes after that, I'm like, and I'm doing it. It's because I got home and because she was at some point during the day, she messaged me, "But are you doing a show tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, or no." And I got home and she like messaged me. So and asked. So I said, "No." She said, "What? Oh, I'm not doing it." She's like, "What? Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't ask." She said, "Why aren't you doing it?" I said, "Because you're not very well." She's like, go and do it. I'm like, okay, bye.
I'm glad you're here, brother, especially with being the first show of the year. Mr. B was like, look, we're doing it. We are keeping this. We are going to be doing it, whether he's in, whether he ain't. So we were doing it.
Fucking dragging me by the bastard hair.
We are carrying the year on like we're going to carry on all year, is we're going to try and get back to having the constant content. And talking about Mr. B, how are you, brother, and Happy New Year to you?
Happy New Year to you too. I am fucking fantastic. I am pumped for 2022, man. It's going to be an awesome year. Although I do like that bullshit story of Harley of why he wasn't going to turn up. We all know the truth. The truth is, you think, oh, I'm fucking going to go see Mr. B, put up with his bollocks. I can't be arsed. But then your missus said, look, just stick a tampon in and get on that show. We all know the truth.
You've only been talking 30 seconds. I'm fucking regretting
Do
it.
you know what as well? You know when you come up and he went to you, do you know what? You're turning up, I had no to put to the side to take the piss out of you. And I went, it doesn't matter. I'm sure you'll work something out.
Hey, up there for thinking, you know what I mean?
Poor old Harley. I love you, brother. Big shout out to everybody in chat. I hope you all had a fantastic new year. Big love to you. Thank you so much for keep supporting this show. It does mean a lot to us. And it is the first one of January. Does it feel any different? Or does it still feel like we're in that shit show of a year?
No, it feels different to me. I've actually found something. Seriously, over the last 2 weeks, I found something that has raised my spirits up higher than anything else.
What are your penis?
Yes, but it's better than comedy. It's better than anything. No, look, seriously, finding my penis is a bit of a three-man job. You know what I mean? But
3 man?
3 man,
Don't be looking at me and fucking Harley.
Well, why do you think Mrs. B goes, fuck off? But anyway, I have found something which is absolutely hilarious and has kept me laughing thoroughly for 2 weeks. That's videos about flat earthers. They are the funniest fuckers on earth. They are on the globe. I've literally sat there laughing how they talk about how the earth is flat, the sun is only 3,000 miles away, and that there's no such, we've never been in space. Never, not once. NASA's a conspiracy. It's the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Do you know, I've become quite a fucking beacon. I have counsellors, everyone messaging me. Because I don't post conspiracy and shit, but whenever someone says a bullshit statistic, like 90% of people in hospitals are unvaccinated, I go, that doesn't sound right. So I look it up on the government's website and then post the actual data. And that attracts a lot of people to send me shit. And someone shop every week and is like, yeah. And you know, don't you? And I'm like, well, like, Earth's flat. And I'm like, yeah. and he went on and on and on and on. And at the end of it, I just looked at him, squaring eyes. I went, do you know what? You were like, you've got it, haven't you? And I went, you're the fucking problem. You're the reason conspiracies have got a bad fucking name, dickhead.
It's so fucking funny.
That's totally right, that Vapor Bunny. If the world was flat, all the cats had knocked things off the edge, wouldn't they?
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. I actually saw one gizzy, a scientist goes, well, just explain this to me. If the Earth is not flat, go to an ocean and watch a boat sail off into the distance. You'll see the bottom of the boat disappear, and then eventually the top of it, as it goes down and down, all over the horizon, you know. How do you explain that? And he goes, oh, well, light refraction. That's not how light works, you tit.
So see what I've not really watched loads on it. So what do they expect? Like you just get to one bit and then it just stops.
Right, so this is what they honestly believe, right? The Earth is a disc, an oblongated disc, and surrounding the edge is a massive ice mountain all the way around that is controlled by the military, the world military. Right? Now, do you realize how many people would have to be involved in keeping this a secret? Do you realize boat captains? We're not talking military boat captains, just your average backyard boat captain on a fucking ferry cruise would have to be pulled into a room at some point and say, look, you're going to sail to the edge of the world, but keep it a fucking secret. Otherwise, you get your license taken off you. You've got to keep it a secret. How many...
That is just
how many people would have to be involved
stupid.
In it? It's a funny one geezer actually got on a plane, and I swear to God this has happened, and you can look it up on YouTube and have a good hearty giggle. A guy got on a plane to prove flat earth. He went up and he put a spirit level on his tray table, and because the bubble never moved from the center, that proved the earth is flat.
There's some fucking idiots, isn't there, really? But these people, and the thing is, they actually breed. Christmas present from, I've got my hat on, from the wonderful Stuart Valentine. These are kangaroos' balls.
Nice.
I absolutely love them. And what I love about it, these are proper kangaroos' balls. There is kangaroos' balls in there. But on the little sticker, on the actual bit, kangaroo scrotum. And then they've highlighted it for you, just to let you know where the kangaroo scrotum is.
You're telling me right now there's a poor kangaroo boy running around there shooting blanks because you have his testicles for a bottle opener.
I have his ball sack, and that's a picture of him there. So for Stuart Valentine, he got all the kids' presents as well, and Louise and that. God, I can't get it on top of it because the size of his balls.
It's a load of bollocks, that is.
Black Country Vapor, you might need to upgrade to a 75-inch. I think you've not seen the squeeze.
With the size of them fucking, the size of the balls. I think it's this top. Okay, I'll pick another one.
I tell you what, there's some poor bastard kangaroo right now going up and down going, good day, mate, where's your bollocks?
Can't do it on these big bottles.
They're a bottle opener.
Yeah. I'm in the UK's house. I can't do it on that one. On the big bottles, I need to, the actual bit there, I just need to move it forward.
I'm surprised you're actually putting this on YouTube, because right now you've gone up to the #1 on the kangaroos hit list. You're going to wake up tomorrow morning with a kangaroo stuff there going, right, motherfucker.
Kangaroo's head in your pillow, bitch.
Yeah.
This is going to sound really woke up, mate, but I'm all for killing animals to do shit with. And you look at these elephants that are being killed for the tusks and shit.
Well,
you've got fucking balls as a souvenir. I mean,
well, the thing
leftovers
is what they've probably done is either they've got it off a dead one, which I'm not being crude or anything, but I think he's looked after his balls very well.
You hope he's dead. All right, so now we've got a well-groomed set of testicles from a kangaroo who was quite proud of them.
I presume it's not an actual scrotum.
It is.
Oh, so the whole thing is an actual
scrotum. It's a real scrotum. This is a genuine product, was harvested and produced in accordance with whatever their regulations.
Do you know what, Lou, if you're watching,
she's got a fair point there.
Lou, if you are watching, you need a picture of a kangaroo printing off, and tonight wake him up by fucking teabagging him. Please, Lou, you've got to do it.
Do you know what I love about it as well? If that had been my set of balls, it'd been all like springy ones out. It'd be like a badly sprung mattress.
Do you know what facts has just come up with a cracking point there? Harley's arguing, I'm not really into this killing animals. Meanwhile, he's sat there with the fucking nuclear bomb ready to take out all the squirrels in his area.
They're fucking hibernating. They're fucking new.
I'll tell you the bit I do like about that as well is that his wife were feeding him. That's fucking brilliant. He's trying to set traps and that, and she's going, come on. Here, eat this.
Someone asked me last week.
Feeding them with his radishes.
Yeah.
In-laws came around the week and asked if I would grow in this year. I said, oh yeah, I'll be growing. Next month I'm going to dig it out already. So what will you be growing? And my instant thought were not radishes.
Yeah.
Bastards.
I'm not going to be doing radishes. Because it will, well, you won't be. It's March when you start planting stuff.
Yeah, but the steps is right, because this house is the landlord's mum's old house.
Yeah.
And she sold it to him and blah, blah, blah. And she was saying to her mum and dad that, landlord said that his mum used to constantly love watching squirrels. There used to be loads of them. And I thought I'd never seen any. Then all of a sudden this year there were loads. Oh yeah, you fucking wonder why. We realised that Harley had fucking started growing some. Oh, can we move on?
Yeah. The tip marsh of I'll tell you what, Stuart Valentine's poor bastard got him stuck in the fence. There was that squirrel, wasn't he? And he fucking fell and he's got his balls caught on the bird feeder. Just hanging there. Poor thing.
There you go. There's the new market for it. You can turn them into fucking earrings. One testicle per ear. You know? What are they made out of? Squirrel.
Squirrel's balls. That's what you want.
Adam's getting some next year. He's getting some squirrel fucking balls for his...
Yeah, for Christmas. I'm going to send them all out. Right then. What we're going to say? Let's do a little bit of vaping stuff. Let's do some vaping stuff. I did read up the other day. Now, the actual company, obviously, we're not going to go in about disposables, but the company's called Puff Bar. And what they've got, and I've got to be totally honest with you, I don't know that much about it, but it is synthetic nicotine.
Yeah.
So what you've got is you've got the S-nicotine, which is 99%, and that is derived from tobacco, and that's 99% pure nicotine. And then you've got the it's called R-nicotine, which is the one that's what's the word? Synthetic. Sorry, my brain's not working. Synthetic.
Sympathetic.
So what they were saying, the way they process this is by a patented way of how they do it, and it's sort of like chemically the way they've done it. So it doesn't actually fit under the law of like the FDA. So the FDA are looking to get into this.
They're locking down on that loophole fucking quickly, though.
Yes, that's what they're trying to do, because obviously this is how Puff Bar's got out there to be able to still do flavours over here in the UK and the US by saying that it is a non-tobacco nicotine. I'm not quite sure of the extra process or how they actually make it. I'm wondering if it's the same sort of way as they did, like Spice was made for synthetic weed. I wonder if it's, because obviously I'm not quite sure. I don't know that much about it. Let us know in chat if you know anything about how it's actually extracted or how they make it.
It's gonna be chemical manipulation, isn't it?
Yeah.
They'll get the chemical property of nicotine and then try and synthesize it using other chemicals. But the thing is, although it was a brilliant idea to begin with, and someone patented it and went, yeah, we're sorted. The FDA went, that's how you're going to try and get around this, are you? We'll lock this one down too. Thank you very much.
Well, they haven't done that yet, but they say they're trying to. Aren't
they? No, they will do. They will do.
Tried to. Obviously, they sent a letter over in 2020, July 2020, to these at Puff Bar. Now, it's not only just in the disposable Puff Bars; it's also in the pouches, which is like your snus. It's in them as well. But they're saying it doesn't come under which they are trying to do now is put it under the tobacco laws. Now, the only bit that I'm a bit worried about it is we don't really know what's in this nicotine, what they're doing, do we?
I doubt it'd be dangerous. If it was dangerous, it wouldn't be a really good business model, would it?
I do, Lee. You're coming with me.
It's one of those things where if you were to put out a dangerous product and it started killing people, it wouldn't go under the FDA. It'd just be drugs and gone. So I think they will have done plenty of testing first.
What they're saying, they're going to try and put it under the tobacco laws.
Yeah, because they're going to try and put it under tobacco laws, not because it's dangerous, but because they want to keep their grubby little fingers around vaping's throat.
To be fair, if it acts as a nicotine, regardless whether it's real or not, it should be regulated in the same way as nicotine.
Right. Up my duck, thank you so much for this, buddy. Synthetic nicotine is fully lab created. It is used in agricultural industries as it is purer. There's more synthetic nic that tobacco nic produced in the world, and it's safe. That's now. So what sort of point are we going to get onto? Obviously, here in the UK, nicotine, we can only have 10ml bottles at the minute with actually nic in it. So if we've got this synth nic, would we be able to get back to having 30ml bottles and 50ml bottles with nic in it if it's not under our laws, if it's not sitting under the tobacco laws? And would people want it? Has anybody tried it? I've not even tried one of these Puff Bars, so I couldn't really tell you if there's any difference in the taste or flavour. Let us know.
I genuinely can't see how it cannot be. I can understand how it could be not classed right now because it's technically not it, but how anyone in the world would class it legally as something else. because it is the same thing.
Well, it isn't. What they're saying is it is like what Ate My Duck and they were saying when I read up on it was that it's purer. Haven't got any of that because obviously nicotine is extracted from tobacco. This hasn't got any remnants of the tobacco at all. That 1% that isn't nicotine.
No, but this is what I'm saying. It's still the same thing. If you do a drug that paracetamol and ibuprofen, all the same thing, but still a painkiller. The nicotine, whether it's from a tobacco leaf or not, is still nicotine. All right, technically it's not nicotine because it's not nicotine. But if it does the same things, you can't say, well, we'll treat it different to nicotine. It's just not going to happen anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Nicotine isn't harmful anyway.
Nicotine's actually got health benefits.
That's in nicotine. The whole misinformation thing that's going on with nicotine in America now, because they're now attacking nicotine quite strongly. In fact, vaping. Obviously, I'm a wrestling fan, and I was watching WWE Raw the other day, and I was so disgusted to see this advert in the middle of WWE Raw saying how vaping is so harmful to you. You can inhale trace amounts of nicotine, and then they actually even said lead. Who the fuck puts lead in coils ever?
No, I don't. I've never heard of lead being in coils.
Exactly, but they're saying you can inhale trace amounts of lead.
See, a lot of when they did all them testing for the coils, they overburnt the coils that you would never do what they were doing. The process of you would never carry on smoking a cigarette all the way up to the end of the filter, would you? So they were doing that they were doing clearamizers as well, the old clearamizers with the silicone wicks, so they were putting more than what you would do through that cartomizer without changing the wicks.
Well, there's a Jay Hayes video where someone from the New York University that was doing tests on vaping products actually came into his shop to ask him how the vape pens work, and what they were doing, they were just burning it like that, no air going through it or anything, and they were just burning it till the coils go glowing red. And Jay Hayes was like, well, no, you've got to put air through it. The whole point is to put air through it, which cools down the coil as you're breathing it in. Yeah. Your coil never goes red while you're vaping, ever.
Sam M says, yes, if the FDA ban it, then it will screw the farming industry in the US. Can't see it happening. What is more likely to happen is the powers either bankrupt them out them, so they're bad news. Ian Maduck says they don't use synthetic nic in vapes as it is. Synthetic nic is more expensive. They decided to use it in the US to get around the PMTA. But it is like 4 times the price of tobacco nic.
Yeah, but how much is tobacco nic? What's the difference?
If you look at your normal, you can get these for £1 now, can't you? So probably £4.
So if it's like $5 for a 10mm shot and you can sell it, it's better selling it at $5 than not being able to sell anything.
Yeah, obviously the puff bars are in the UK as well, so I don't know if they're a little bit more expensive. I don't know if Finn were in here, he'd probably be able to tell us, but I'm not quite sure.
It's a weird one. Synthetic nic is, like I said, I've heard of it. I've seen what the FDA is trying to do. I actually laughed when I first heard it. I thought, you clever bastards. Just straight away like, yeah, good idea. Fucking hell.
Oh, wait, Mark H is in. Mark, do you sell puff bars in your shop? Are they any more expensive or not? But yeah,
has your puff bar got synthetic nic in it?
Yeah.
And can you taste the difference?
I haven't got a puff bar.
Oh, right. So I thought you had one.
No, I've never tried. That's what I was saying. I don't know if it had any different sort of taste. I've never had a vape, or not knowingly have I had with synthetic nicotine.
But in regards to taste, if you're not adding the shot to it and it's coming pre-mixed, you wouldn't know if it tastes any different or not anyway. Because you wouldn't know if the difference in flavour were coming from a flavour or from a nicotine.
No.
Agreed.
I just thought that it's something that I've missed. I've said it plenty of times on the show and other shows. It's something that I've missed. Is that where the juice is pre-steeped? Like where you've had the nick in there. It's probably come from manufacturers. It's took maybe a month and a half. Then it's probably sat on the shelf for another couple of months or whatever else. And you've had that bit where they've steeped it.
Something that's just popped into mind. You using a Watofo thing with 15 mils of liquid in there, yeah?
Not this one, that's this one. This is the new one that they've brought out, which is the air.
How can they sell that in the UK when you can only sell 10 mils with nicotine in it?
Don't know. That's what it is.
That's
I
a
think it's
weird
50
one,
mil
isn't it?
or 12 mil of Nick in it. Let me have a look. I'll tell you. Sorry, of juice in there.
It would
Look
be
at that.
interesting
Do
to
that doing my dad's eyes. So it has got it's rechargeable as well. So it's got an 850 mAh battery. It's a 0.6 ohm. This is the direct to lung one. Mesh coil. It's the next mesh coils on there. It did tell me. So
it would be interesting to see the actual wording of the
So
TPD
this is
for that.
3 milligram of Nick salts, and the capacity is 12 mil. You might not be able to see that.
See, if you're only allowed to sell things with nicotine in up to 10 mil, how did they sell that?
And this apparently gives you up to 1,000 puffs. Not sure.
Now that's a grey area. That one, is it a loophole they've got round?
I don't know.
Because they're technically not selling 10 mils of liquid.
12 mil, and obviously you shouldn't be able to do that. Mark H only sells the Geek bars and the IVG bars. The amount of puff bars and they're like I now see tossed on the pavement. Yes, I've got to admit that I've been seeing that a lot of people where they've just tossed them. But then again, I remember when the 10 mil bottles first come around, and I went to the outdoor one, which is Vape Fest, and the amount of 10 mil bottles that were just strewn across the floor, where people think of just dropping stuff on the floor.
Oh, now Vape Bunny says those are illegal in the UK. If the pod holds more than 2 mil, they are not meant for sale in the UK.
Well, they're going to be sending them out in the UK, so I wonder if they'll just bring them down. This is obviously come directly from China, so I wonder if the ones that they're going to sell in the UK will be just 10 mil.
Yeah, but apparently, Vape Bunny saying if they have more than 2 mil, they're not meant for sale in the UK.
No, I've got government's website up. Gov UK requirements.
Interesting.
Restrict e-liquid tanks to a capacity of no more than 2 mil. So that.
So it's 10 mil over.
But in regards to the. And then the next one is restrict the maximum volume of nicotine containing e-liquid in a 1 refill container to 10 mil. So it's all right. You can have a. How that reads is you can have a 15 mil bottle containing e-liquid as long as it's not refillable. Because the exact wording is, this is on gov.uk, restrict the maximum volume of nicotine containing e-liquid for sale in 1 refillable container to 10 mil. So that's all right. But like Bunny says, the first one, restrict e-liquid tanks to a capacity. But
So
that's a tank, though, isn't it? That's a tank.
Are they? Again, I'm playing devil's advocate here. I'm not saying that this is true. Are they trying to get around it by going? There's 10 mil in the bottom of it, but there's 2 mil only in the top.
It does depend how they define a tank, doesn't it?
Yeah. So there's 10 mil there, but there's 2 mil in the top. Are they trying to get away with it? I don't know.
This is a weird one that holds liquid, or
because a direct to long 2 mil pod would be pointless.
Yeah, of course it would.
It would be absolutely pointless.
But they wouldn't be able to sell that in America.
No,
because it's a flavour.
So, but to send it to you, for them to send it to you, they must be looking at the UK market.
Yeah, of course they are. Yeah.
Unless you can speak Mandarin.
More tangerine. But
yeah, I thought so.
But I'll say I'm not the only reviewer this has been said to. I would imagine Flat Cap's got it. I think my brother's got them coming as well. So they're looking to sell them here in the UK. So how are they going to get around it? Good point, that Bunny. I'm not quite sure. Now the other ones that they've got, obviously these must. I don't. How many have these got in here? So the other two that they've got the mini and they've got this. That's the mini. So the mini has got. That's 2 mil. So the mini's got 2 mil in it, and then this other one is called the. What's this called? The slide, I think it's called, and this one has
electric slide.
Again, this has 2 mil, for up to 575 plus 20 milligram Nick salts. Good point. So how are they going to get around that?
It's all confusing. It's because the pod is a closed. I'm reading Vapor, but this is not me. I'm reading Vapor when it's coming. It's because the pod is classed as a tank that it cannot be more than 2 milliliter. If the bottle was a flavour, then it can be 10 milliliter. bottle, but not in case of a closed pod. So it's technically a closed pod.
Yeah.
Are they selling a closed pod with 2 mils in and a bottle of 10 mil underneath it? But
That's what. Somehow is that how they're trying to get away? Because again, if you look at swanking, you're only supposed to have a 2 mil tank anyway for anything. So obviously, then we get other devices that are sent out and you can buy, such as these that are not.
Wow, it's a weird one.
And again, honest, you know when you come with that as well. If you look at like an RDA, some of the bottoms of them, they hold like 4 mil of juice. Some of them.
Well, to be honest, I think even if it came with 20 mils of juice, I don't think it'd be even stopped from sale. I think the UK government's got bigger fish to fry at the moment.
Well, if you go back to when it were first coming in, the TPD, and we were saying about what was going to happen to us, and we were all like sort of scaremongering, and we're never going to get this, and people were stockpiling everything, and it didn't turn out half as bad. And I think a lot of it is there's nobody there to police it. Trading standards have got that much to do.
I wouldn't like to be trading standards at the moment, especially when it comes to vaping.
Yeah,
it's a very tricky road to traverse.
Duck, I do get quite a number of stuff from. It's like the China. I get stuff sent to me, and like most reviewers do, where the 5 mil or instead of the 2 mil, what you would get in that's why you normally say if TPD compliant, but. Yeah, that is obviously they must be aiming something along them lines because as far as I'm concerned, you can't sell these in the US, can you?
I wouldn't have thought so because it's a flavour. But, well, it depends what state you sell it in. Some states do allow flavours. It's not a US-wide ban. As far as I'm aware, I could be wrong. I think it just depends on the state. But I don't know how you would tackle that. They must be going to the UK with that product. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to review it.
No.
Because your review would be mute.
Well, no, you can review it. I've reviewed stuff that is only made for the US market. I'm not really that bothered as long as it's out on YouTube. But, that's the thing, isn't it? 12 milligram of juice in there. 12 millilitres of juice. That's one to look at.
They must know what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about the American side of it, if you can actually sell them. Again, like you're saying, it's the state... what you're in, isn't it? Of what they can and what they can't do.
Because I think Florida, you can still ban flavours. I'm sure Florida's the one that because they tried to ban flavours, but they overturned it. I seem to remember something like that on Twitter. When we'll start reading through and wondering what the hell's going on.
Faxums82, I was talking to a lad in the local vape shop. Can you show me a website in the UK called Vaping King? What sell non-TPD tanks? Can't work out how they're getting around it. There's quite a number of people online that you can get where they're not 2 mil.
See, this is a weird.
I'm not complaining either.
No, Stuart Valentine's talking about the problems with Australia. Can't buy your liquid with Nick here. Can't buy Nick without a prescription. But you can buy the Puff Bar, disposable in the tobacconist, which has got nicotine in it.
Yeah, but the Puff Bar is the synthetic.
Ah, right. So that's how they get around it in Australia then.
Yeah, and the same in the US. That's why the Puff Bar have been doing it, and they've been getting around it, and that's why they're trying to close, like you said, that loophole. JP, Zero. That's how they're trying to get around it, that sort of way. But that is a really good point, that with that being 12 milligram.
It's dawned on me. So if it's 12 mil and you can only sell nicotine with 10 mil in it in a bottle, how are they getting away with it?
I'll tell you what it does remind me of. I'll tell you what, I know a lot of people hate these stuff, but I do like the fact that they're not aiming them at kids. Also the fact this looks like something that you know, water. You know, you can get them life straws.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. I don't think people would be...
I've always said there's a place in the market for disposables. What that place is where we disagree mainly. But it's just...
I'm not getting back onto Bucket. We're not getting back onto Bucket. I'm not getting back onto that.
No, I'm just saying it's one of those things. It's when you said people might not like it because it's disposables. There is a place for them. You know, a genuine place for them. But it's just that whole nicotine thing. That I'm trying to think of a way legally they can get around it. And the only way I can think of is 10 mil liquid is counted as separate and 2 mil in the pod. That's the only way I can think of it.
I don't know about you. I don't know whether the fact, obviously, everything that's what's been happening with COVID as well. I was really hoping that the government would have moved a little bit closer to changing the laws for us, like maybe making it where we can have more than 10 mil bottles and making the tanks bigger.
Yeah, maybe they know something we don't.
Well, they was going to be doing it. They was looking for it. I think it was supposed to be in March, but then obviously everything came with the COVID, and you'd obviously got Brexit. So I would imagine it's probably right back on the back burner.
So you look at that from Tomar. In Israel, it's $7 per mil. If the tax law passes in, well, is that Israeli dollar or is that American dollar? Dollar.
Yeah, they're putting tax on it. Was saying to it, that's really expensive.
But what's the exchange rate for it? Is it an Israeli dollar? If it is, what's that lower for? Like 10p?
I don't know what the exchange.
I don't know if it's an American dollar or you're like pesetas. Oh, American dollar. Ooh, Jesus Christ, that is expensive.
That's about £5, isn't it?
Well, yeah. About 450-ish.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot for a mil. Pedantic. For 1 mil. Yeah, hang on, for what? So 10 mils of nicotine, that's $50. $70.
Jesus.
For 10 mils of nicotine. You just quit smoking. You quit smoking and vaping. You just go, fuck it. I'm not doing anything. I bet it's cheap for a pack of fags.
Yeah, so we don't talk about the synthetic stuff.
So what we don't talk about often is the heat don't burn stuff. There's a lot of
I've been looking at reviewing that, heat don't burn.
There's a lot of countries like the Northern Cyprus. They all use it there. Not one of them vape, and they said vaping's bad, and they're all heavily on their heat don't burn.
$700 for a 100 ml bottle. Jesus Christ.
How much is it? How much is it for a pack of cigarettes there, Tomar? Or Tomar? I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm sorry for crucifying your name.
But just going back to what you were saying there, Ali, about the what did you just say a second ago?
Vape don't
burn. That's it. ICOS.
Vape don't burn.
So right, when that first came out, all of us frowned on it. We were offered to review it, and I refused to review it, and so did a lot of the other reviewers, because obviously it's still cigarettes. So the cigarette, and they said it can't be combustible. You can't. I remember Empire Vape went and got one. You could light it. It was basically it were a Benson and Edges, and you put it in the top.
Well, apparently, if you heat it and don't ignite it, because it's igniting the cigarette where all the tar and shit comes from. That's what they're saying. But if you just gently heat it, apparently it's better for you.
Yeah,
I can't see the science behind that.
No, and to be honest with you, here in the UK, it didn't really catch on. Now
I was just simply pointing out that there's a lot of countries that
do,
to do that.
Yeah, there has. Again, a lot of them countries is where it was Philip Morris who was behind the ICOS. Yeah. So it was Philip Morris who was behind it. He was pushing it massively.
Yeah.
So it was big tobacco. So it was a way of them still being able to sell the cigarettes. Now, we went to an expo the first time they came, right, and it were terrible people. So the people were proper taking the mess out of them. We were like, well, how can you come in here and you can actually smoke these? And do you know what they said? It came under novelty tobacco.
Oh, Jesus, come on. According to Bill, heat not burn still produces over half the chemicals from a cigarette.
Yeah.
So then what's the point?
It was a point so that Philip Morris could still sell his cigarettes.
Exactly.
And what the big hoo-ha was around. Now, again, if it's half the damage that you're doing, then that's great. If that's what, but they was trying to still put it under that it was 97% safer. They was trying to get themselves under the vaping. But it isn't vaping.
Do you know what really makes me sad? Well, actually, and it genuinely affects me was this. I'm into astrology, I'm into, SpaceX and all that sort of thing. And I look at how much, like SETI, how much they need to actually do their job. And I look at all the trillions of dollars that goes into big tobacco and big pharma just for people to die. And I just think, if that money was just put somewhere else, just put somewhere else, how much better would this world be? And I start thinking about that, and it genuinely gets me upset. Genuinely.
Yeah, you see, like I said, the big bit is all the vapors were like, you can't do this. You can't put it under vaping because it isn't vaping.
No, it's not. Well, vaping as a term, you're not vaporizing anything with heat not burn. You've got, for it to be a vaping product, you've got to vaporize something. That's where the term vaping comes from, because you're vaporizing
And as
liquid.
well as you're carrying around a pack of cigarettes, which, like I said, I think it's soaked in PG. And the fact is that they were saying you can't light them. They were impossible to light.
Yeah, that's bullshit. 'Cause I've seen JAs do it.
They sat there and they lit it.
Yeah,
he did it in front of
JAs
me.
did it.
It were, like I said, it were Empire Vape, and he lit it in front of us. So no, I don't know again if I can't remember if they were there at the last one, but yeah, it was a big hoo ha about people them being a part of an expo.
I hope my ducks just said what I was thinking when you said the 60% less harmful thing. It is still technically less harmful.
Yeah, that's
in countries like Northern Cyprus, when you can't get hold of vape stuff, then it is the better alternative to smoking.
Riding a bike whilst wearing a helmet is less harmful than riding a bike without a helmet. I would still heavily chastise any idiot.
How is riding a bike harmful?
Let me fucking listen to what I'm saying. Riding a bike without a helmet is more harmful than riding a bike with a helmet. Fall off the fucker, you'll see how harmful it is. But
falling off a bike with an helmet on, not riding a bike.
You get my fucking point, you bastard. You absolute tit. So, all right, fine, I'll change that. Falling off a bike without a helmet is more harmful than falling off a bike with a helmet. But I'll still chastise the idiot who didn't wear the helmet.
I think as well, with them trying to put it under the sort of like vaping banner of things, it sort of gives out the wrong impression to people who are maybe wanting to stop smoking. I don't mind them doing it on their own. If it's just another thing that's out there, then that's down to the individual. But trying to fit it under the vaping banner is not what... Because they were still trying to say it was 97 point whatever safer than smoking, when it wasn't. It wasn't even close. They were just using the vaping... The vaping studies when it wasn't vaping. That's where a lot of the trouble came from.
Let's face it, it's originally from weed.
Yeah. Obviously, that's you had the Snoop Dogg who was doing the heating and of the weed, wasn't they? That sort of stuff. Just to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, it should be in the corner. It was in the corner a minute ago. I don't know why it's this. Oh, I know why. Silly me. I've not put it on loop. There we go. Okay. in the corner there, we've got the wonderful Rochford Project. Now, just to let people know, for some profound reason, the last 2 or 3 winners of the juice have not emailed me. So please, they have not emailed me. So if you wanted to get your hands on some of the Midnight Oil, now if there is any of the winners who are watching this on the replay or here and you've emailed me and I've not seen it or it's gone in somewhere else, that is my email address. Oh, especially if I press that there.
Can we just take a minute to say how fucking amazing the Midnight Oil actually is?
Mate, I tell you what you were saying is totally right. It's steeped a little bit more and you can definitely taste that caramel in it, can't you?
Yeah, it's wonderful. I've got mine fully steeped now. I'm using it. I've got a review coming out of it on Friday. It's fucking outstanding. I'm hooked
will send a free boat out for you. Yeah, before you know it, you'll be running off on a Devon shore.
It's lovely. It's sweet. It's like a sweet caramel latte. It's a nice play, but it's not overly sweet. You know, it's not like you've dumped half a pound of sugar in a caramel latte. It's a lovely, mellow coffee taste, and I absolutely adore this flavour.
Thanks, Joe. I'll double check on that, buddy. I have got some stuff that I've got sending out. I'm just waiting for Tolmer's money to clear in PayPal, and he's getting his stuff out there. I've got something to send out to Chris Robertson and also E Up My Duck as well. I've got some bits to be sent out as well. They'll be getting done sometime in the next couple of days. Stu, I'll have a double check, mate, and if not, I'll message you anyway.
Funny, I hate coffee vapes too. 100%. Can't stand them. This is the only ever coffee flavored vape that I have ever enjoyed.
I'm still getting a hint of chocolate.
I think it's just sometimes with taste buds they make you want to go in a certain direction. That's why you can get faint notes of things. There's some vapes that do it with me that make me think of that there's mint in there, but there isn't. It's just the way my taste buds think it's going to go.
Yeah.
That right sounded like Aiden said, I can taste chocolate, and you went, no, your taste buds are tricking you. You're wrong.
You're wrong, fatty. Yeah, but that's the whole thing about juices and vaping. It is subjective to each of them.
Absolutely, it is. Everybody's got. Well, when we say subjective, it's not like it's going to taste like strawberries to me and mint to Aiden. It's just some people will pick up on different notes because that's just the way taste buds work.
Yeah, good to do. I will drink coffee by the gallon, but I can't stand the smell or taste of coffee and vapes. I think Vapor Bunny as well was there when I think it was called Nero. They'd come from America, and they were really nice coffees. But again, there were a couple of them I wasn't too keen on. It were a bit too coffee-y. MBK Vapes, he absolutely loved it. I think Mark really loved it as well. I think I've got the T-shirt still somewhere.
There's a lot of coffee vapes out there. In fact, all the coffee vapes that I've tasted always have that flavour, that taste like if you to put coffee through a filter, then leave the coffee in the filter for a week and then put it again through, that's the taste. It's like weak, old, stale coffee. And that's what it always tastes like to me. But this is lovely. This is spot on.
Yeah. Another one that is, by what if I remember rightly, him telling me, I think there's going to be another flavour not too long in the future. Be coming out as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to try some of this or any of his absolute fantastic flavours, not only will we be doing the giveaway in a couple of minutes, but also at the bottom right hand corner there is a code 3Men Vape, and you can get 15% off while the show is on. So please get over to his website. He is an absolute corking bloke as well. And Jay, I'm sorry I've not spoken to him since Christmas. So Happy New Year if you're watching, Jay. Big love, brother. He's such a nice bloke. Such a nice bloke. So, yes, big love to you, mate. So, Mr. B, obviously, New Year. I did see that that you're going to be doing a few more bits and bobs and you're going to be pushing the content
there's a
out.
lot. There's a lot going on. I've got my shit together. A lot of it was down to mental health. The back quarter of the year was down to mental health. A lot of things happened to me in last year. A hell of a lot of things. And by the end of the year, I was like, I fucking can't be arsed anymore. just leave me be. Let me stick my head in the sand and fuck off. But then, there was a come to Jesus meeting with me and my wife. And I went and spoke to a doctor and got my shit sorted.
That's good. You're moving your show from a Tuesday, aren't you, to a Friday?
To a Friday, yes. Friday, 8 o'clock is going to be the new one.
This name, what you've called it, is so funny. Go on.
Fatty and his Patty.
Fatty and his Patty.
Damn right. Fatty and Patty. That was Mrs. B.
To me, it sounds like a burger joint, if I'm honest with you.
They laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh with the Fatty and Patty show.
So does that mean you obviously you're changing your dog? You're not going to have poor old Pip now. You're going to have Patty.
Pippa is a Patterdale. That's the whole thing. But to be fair, Fatty and his Patty is the nickname of the show. The actual name of the show is going to be A Very Northern Ape Show.
A Very Northern Ape Show.
Yes, that's going to be. It was Fatty and Patty is the nickname that Mrs. B has for me and Pippa. That's where it's all come from. Oh, it's Fatty and his Patty.
Are you having a northern on it?
Am I what?
Are you having a northerner on it?
Well, I am a northerner.
You're not? You're from Burnley?
Yeah.
Which is the northwest.
Bit of fucking false advertising.
Northern, are you?
False advertising? How do you say this is false advertising?
Well, you've not got anybody from Yorkshire.
Derby.
Look, right, just because you want to be some... I'm not even fucking going to say you can't. Subject!
Just because you want to be something doesn't mean you can be. I know where that was going,
Yeah.
So...
No,
I identify as a helicopter. But
yeah, well, you're identifying as a fucking northerner.
Because I am northerner. No. Ask someone from Watford if I'm no more northern than him.
Yeah, but the thing is, I would say you were more Midlands, isn't it, Burnley?
Yeah.
No, he's more Midlands. That you guys need a fucking map. You really do.
Let us know in chat. Do you think Burnley is a northern town?
Burnley is Lancashire, which is north.
Hey, I tell you what, as well, if you ask Les Wardle, he says that I'm not from up north, because obviously he's from Newcastle, so he's like, I'm a proper northerner.
There are obviously people more northern than me. Scandinavia's more northern than me. It doesn't mean I'm not northern.
I don't think you really sound that northern either.
Yeah.
Well, that's years of elocution and learning how to speak.
Is it?
Yes.
Like that bit as well. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes. What?
Well, when I was 16, I went to work for a call center, which was in Nelson, and they hated the northern Lancashire accent, so they had to literally beat it out of us with a wooden stick. So yes, I went through elocution lessons to talk like a posh person.
I like how we've got an argument going on in chat. I'm from Sweden. I'm the most northern. Fuck you.
Well,
I'm more
you're
northern than
Vaping
you.
Ed's in as well. Obviously, he's from up that way. Up north.
Yeah, he's northern me, but then again, we're all southern to the Scottish, so it's one of those things.
So
No, that's too far north.
You're too far north.
what's happening here?
I can think about 3 people that's going to start slagging me off now. I'm sorry.
There's a pack of penguins that's more northern than me, but it is what it is.
What happened there? Let me do that. It does now, though.
Bill Richards not nice enough place to be considered Midlands.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll tell you what as well. I don't know if anybody saw that all the way on Christmas Day. Obviously, Bill lives in Whitby. So what they do there, they all run into the sea on Christmas Day, don't they? Or is it Boxing Day? All these people in fancy dress.
Anyone running to the sea on Boxing Day needs mental help.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
No.
That's because we're northerners and we can take it, unlike you southerner.
So if you would like to get involved and win yourself, you can get the new flavours, you get 2 bottles, let us know, and let us know. Put Rochford into the on now, and it will start putting you in for the giveaway. So if you want to, I don't know where my mouth went there. So if you want to get involved, it is Rochford, and then it will tell me, and we'll roll it in. We'll roll it in a little while. So are you going to be doing something a little bit different? Did you say on the Friday?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a fully formatted show with all sorts of little bits in there. It's going to be an hour long as normal. You know, I'm not going to be stupid and start doing 2 or 3 hours on my own. It's still going to be an hour long. But no, I'm moving into Friday, 8 o'clock. But content's going out Mondays, Wednesdays, the Friday show and the Sunday quiz.
I don't think there is anything on a Friday at 8 o'clock, is there?
It used to be the bitches.
Used to be the bitches, yeah.
Used to be the bitches, which is why I chose it. Because I had a lot of respect for the bitches and nobody else took that spot. And
No, I know Salford
I'll
moved.
go fly the flag.
I think he tried to move it, but his show's at 11 o'clock on a Friday, and then obviously at 9 o'clock you used to have BVL.
Yeah, used to have BBL.
Yeah, I don't know if they're coming back without Skint. I know they were looking around to maybe get somebody else in there, so I don't know if they're coming back.
I don't know.
Does Flat Cap do a show as well now and again on a Friday every month or something?
No, he was doing it. He was doing it on Saturdays, I believe. Because the quiz was supposed to be on Saturdays, but it sort of interrupted with Flat Cap, so I moved it to the Sunday.
Yeah.
Just to let Flat Cap have his fucking, his hour.
Well, obviously we used to have Savs,
Yeah.
which was on at 8 o'clock. We've stopped Savs now, or it's on a long hiatus. But yeah, we used to do Savs at 8 o'clock.
I think Friday night at 8 o'clock. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's yeah.
And I think one of these things is I made the decision to do it after speaking with my little clique and after speaking with the sponsors and things like that. And we all decided that Friday at 8 o'clock was a better time than Tuesday at 7:30.
Sean, you lovely sexiness. And don't forget to check them out as well on a Sunday at Hoppers 9, the wonderful Misfits. And obviously tomorrow, don't forget to check us out. The UK Vape Show will be on. Harley, you're all back really reviewing again now, aren't you? You're classed as a reviewer still.
Well, it's awkward, isn't it? Because I'm back, and then
He's making his excuses already. There we go.
well, you see, no, what happened? Right, was because there were quite a few people messaging me while I weren't reviewing. We want you to come back. We want you to do that raw shit you used to do when you first started. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll just do that. So I kind of just took it a bit too extreme. My intro music kind of goes, well, it's me going, da-da-da, I ain't got an intro, da-da-da. But it's just this week, because since I last had mental health issues, I still haven't really come out of it. Still plodding along, and it's just been get that done. With it being Future 5's first year, everything I've had to constantly be preparing for the next event, like Easter, blah, blah, blah. But now I've got the full sweep, so all I have to do is add to that. So I'll have a little bit more free time over at minute. I'm still crammed in. And I've found that I've been doing written reviews for Easter Click and not doing the videos.
Mm.
So I banged one out last week, and it was really shit, just quick. There you go. But at the minute, I've got the Smock Node 40-watt kit. I've got the new Lost Vape kit. And what else have I just reviewed? I have the profile Vandy Vape M Pro, but I've just put out on Easy Click. So them 3 reviews I'm going to do and try and do them properly. And I've also got another review to put up. But I've already filmed, so probably just be a quick shit unedited thing. But after that, I'm going to try and put the editing back in. Not be as fancy and slick as Flat Cap, but just for nice roughness with a nice presentation. So it's still going to be rough, just presented better, rather than me acting like a 10-year-old pretending to be a YouTuber.
Just be you. That's all that matters.
Well, that's it. I didn't used to put shitloads of effort in. I've never tried to be all prim and proper. And it's same as my reviews. The entire point of my channel, always, I'm not going to shit and bore you with information about chips and shit. I'm going to tell you what it's like as a device. So you looking as somebody that wants a decent vape can know whether it's good or not.
I think that's the greatest thing about. I did mention last night, and I hope Flat Cap didn't take it the wrong way. I said that Flat Caps is a little bit more like an advert, because that's what it is. With the B-roll that he does, he does tell you honest reviews. I'm not saying he isn't reviewing the product, but it is a little bit more of like with the B-roll, and it takes a hell of a lot of time. But you've got different reviewers. You've got your people like Vic, you've got Devil Vapor, you've got myself, you've got other people who do. My brother. And you, Mr. B, they all do it their own little way, and I think that's the good thing to do. The other thing as well is I always tell a lot of people, don't just watch one reviewer. Go and watch a number of reviewers, because there's things that certain people don't pick up, and they might give you a different perspective to what the other person has done. So always watch a few reviewers.
I wasn't going to do a la-di-da because I didn't want to do what I did last time and gone back and then kind of knock me back. I'm just going to start putting the content back out. Probably start advertising myself a bit more as well, because I haven't done that for about a year. And if it goes well and I actually get the content out, I'm going to start doing the tech reviews that I always said I was going to do, which I never got around to doing.
The good thing about a new year, you've got all these ideas. It's like, well, this morning I should have got up and completely cleared all the room out. I'm going back to my old background for a while I change all this up, and then I move it back. So yes, I think we should roll the giveaway. 31 eligible users. Good luck, everybody. And the winner is Chloe MC.
Hey,
in the
well
house.
done, Chloe.
New one. That is my email address. Let me know if you want to win it. If you want it. Do you want it? Let me know and send me an email, and we will show you how to do it all. And like I said, if anybody who hasn't over the last couple of weeks, either the emails got lost or whatever, just let me know and we'll get that sorted. Everything will be back to normal. Don't forget, after us, ladies and gentlemen, there is the wonderful Benny Vapes. He is out there nice and live at 9 o'clock doing his mixing shizney.
Ooh, shizney mixing. Is he not Chloe Mack? I'm just looking at the name. You're saying MC. It looks like Chloe Mack to me.
It could be.
Chloe
surely if it were Chloe Mack, it would have an A in the middle.
No, Mick, like the Scottish MC.
Could be.
Like Chloe McDonald.
No problem. Just let us know. Mate, it's been lovely. The first show, nice and chilled. We haven't done what we normally do, which has just been a nice little bit of a giggle, and that's what we wanted, wasn't it? We will be back next week. I think about time we look for a guest next week, maybe.
Suppose we could. Is there any left? A lot of quit.
I think we should have a guest on next week. We'll probably put a poll up on the Facebook group, and we'll see what people would like as a guest.
That will be interesting. Who do you want? Well, we'll get Jay Hayes on. Hang on. Do you want to do it? Do I fuck? Oh, right. Okay, we'll go to the next one.
Jay's all right.
Now, that would be interesting.
It would, yeah. He might do it. Well, we'll send him a message. We'll see if he's up for it. I don't know whether how he would take us through. We can message him.
Can we get Simon Cowell on?
Simon Cowell, yes, we can get him on and see if his pants will fit over the screen.
Leonardo DiCaprio. I like to talk about his new movie.
Yes. Darth, we could get Turtle Man on. We could ask Adam.
That's just shot somebody. That'd be a cracking interview.
What, Lee Harvey Oswald?
Sure. I don't fucking know.
For some reason, I was thinking him who shot John Lennon, Chapman, wasn't it?
I thought you were going to say Kennedy then. I'm going to say that's Lee Harvey Oswald.
It is, yeah. Well, he wasn't the only one who shot him. We'll leave that.
We'll leave CIA as well.
That thingy to it. Get Nevins on, yeah. He's a nice bloke, yeah. With his Elixir brand, yeah. No,
we're all conspiracies today, aren't we?
Well, that's not a conspiracy. That's fact.
And that's another good thing as well. Obviously, Nevin, UK.
Alex Baldwin.
UK Alex Baldwin, yeah. We don't.
No, I'd love to get Alec Baldwin so I could rip his arse over vaping. He is a proper anti-vaping tit.
Is he?
Yeah, he's all over Twitter anti-vaping. Alec Baldwin. What a
invite the fucker on. Bring him on.
And then we'll just get one of his other famous brothers. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, Harley, say your goodbyes, brother.
Goodbye, people. It has been lovely. It has been back. It has been new, and we have been here. Been here. It's amazing. Even me that said I weren't going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's been cracking. People in chat, thank you. You've been great. People that are watching on replay, you know what to do. Bang down below and leave us a comment, and we shall read it out next week. Is that everything? Sponsors, you're great. We love you. Especially you, Rochford.
Yes, I think it's in about a couple of weeks' time. We will be started our sponsorship with Lost Vape as well.
Lost Vape now. So we've got Oxford, Lost Vape, Proper
Well,
Coils.
the one with the Oxford sort of stopping, I think, because no, they're that busy, Oxford. You do the giveaway and then you put all the details in, and then people are waiting like a month to get it, and it's like people are just constantly messaging me, and it's like it's out of my hands. I can't do anything about it. So
yeah, great show, guys. See you next week.
Over to Mr. B.
Well, we've started 2022 off on the exact way I was hoping
to. Come on, Fatty and his
happy.
Patty.
Yeah, Fatty and his Patty's going. Happy with a few jokes. And, well, it is unfortunate with Harley here, but it is what it is. The Dick from Derby has shown up. And next year I'll have some material for you. But no, it's been a lovely show. I've really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to this year so much. You have no idea. We are back next Wednesday if I have to drag these two by the kangaroo bollocks. So until then, I shall see you next week. Good day and good day.
Big love to you all. Thank you so much to all the spanners for keeping us nice and safe. Thank you so much for everybody in chat who's joined us. You make this show, and we will see you next week. Again, like Harley said, if you're watching us on the replay, please put something down in that comments. It's always nice to be able to read it out and just show that you've been watching and show our appreciation. We will be back next week. We're going to sort out a guest, I think. We'll have a bit of a giggle with somebody. And we will see you same time and same channel, same bat time and all that shizney. I'm out of fucking practice, aren't I, really? Big love to you all. Happy New Year. And we'll see you next week. Good night, sir.
Don't forget, guys, riding the bike is harmful, but you can make it less harmful by wearing a helmet.
It'd be harmful to me. I'd have an heart attack on the fucker.
It'd be harmful for the fucking bike.
I'd have an heart attack, and then the poor coroner's going to have to pull the fucker out my arse. What, Thriller? Yes, probably. Can I moonwalk? Yes, I can moonwalk. Very well, thank you. It's more like boulder walk. It's more like boulder walk, but you know.